Are you feeling choked off when you sing really high? You feel like not enough airflow is going to your vocal cords and then everything is just shut off like a water valve. If I ever did that, I think I'm a heart attack. Hi, I'm Johnny May, and these are the things that I use to help other people and myself be able to sing as high as possible without getting that choking feeling. In standard repertoire for a male, this G is pretty much in choral literature the top note. And earlier in this video, you heard me getting more than an octave above that. But getting to this high C, yeah! How do I get to that note without feeling choked in my voice? Take a look at my position of my head. Posture is one of the first things that you fix and go to when you feel choked off, because sometimes playing guitar, for example, you reach over your notes, you could tell my voice, I'm not doing that on purpose. Literally, the mechanism is being manipulated and bending, and it's causing airflow not to be able to travel up. Ear holes over your shoulders, I think that's a very safe way to start out with. Look at my posture when I'm singing. The back of my neck is a lot longer than the front of my neck. If you're reaching for notes like this, you could already tell that my notes are already compromised because my throat is bringing it up. Have you ever driven really fast in the car? While you're driving fast, you tilt the wheel just a little bit. The car feels like it's about to go out of control. The faster you go, the more tiny slight of manipulation you give to that wheel, the more out of control it is. So you really have to be in control when you're singing a high notes. Make sure everything's in place and lined exactly the way it needs to be. Space in the mouth also matters. When you're going high, you can't sing the same way as when you sing low. The vowel needs to be modified. So if I'm singing the ah down here, nah, hi, how are you doing? Hi, how are you doing? Do. It's a different vowel. For me, I feel the space, everything. It tastes just different on my palate. Usually when you go higher, you modify the vowel to be more open. Play with your voice though, that's the biggest thing. Make sounds. Doing that will help you figure that out, where to get that placement. And if you sing a note and the vowel's not up there right, find out what works for you and then lock it into your muscle memory. Practice that same exact way over and over. And if you're having a great day, you could sing high, record yourself, save that somewhere, go back to that video. There are so many tips in here. I want to encourage you to do these tips with me. If you find that one of these tips help you along the way, maybe write it down and then put it in the comments to help other people say, hey, I also identified that that's the best way. Here's another tip that I like to use, speech singing. I say the word. If you find yourself in a weird vowel and you're singing high and you're like, why does my vowel sound differently? Then say the word. For example, the oo vowel. Oh man, so many people will sing you. When I met you. What are you doing? You. When I met you. When I sing the word you, I say the word you. If I have a weird vowel, I'm like, what is that vowel? I say the word. And I say it up in the range that I'm supposed to sing it in. If I'm singing baby, 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 baby. Yeah, I'm just messing around. I say it in a kind of a speech way and play with my voice there to get it. Here's another trick. Go nasal. I know that sometimes people will say nasal is bad. It's debatable what you're singing, but it's not, because it helps you sing higher for some reason psychologically. What are you doing, baby girl? When going up there and singing that note, I'm pretending I'm singing nasal, but what are you doing? Notice that there's no honking when I'm doing this with my nose. It's not a nasal thing. It's actually a higher larynx, and I feel relaxed and free up there. Try it out. But if you're sounding like this, what? That's nasal. There's honking in and out. What are you doing? What are you doing? High larynxes are not bad. If you feel free and relaxed, anybody says if you sing higher in your larynx, you're going to be tense, throw it out the window. Yes, too high is bad. Too low is bad too. Shoving your larynx down here is really bad too for the voice. It just causes tension. You want to be able to sing with as much freedom as possible. Our larynx position should be neutral. Maybe a little bit lower sometimes to get some more tubing, but a high larynx is not bad. Too high or too low is very bad. It causes tension. However, that said, don't be afraid of tension that's caused by airflow. You have to have some tension in order to make those vocal cords vibrate. Being able to create that airflow, so it has to exist. Complete no tension is not a real thing. Remember when you're singing low, 440 hertz per second, and you go up an octave, it's 880, it doubles. So that means if you go even higher, that 880 doubles again. Holy guacamole. Your cords have to vibrate faster up there, so you have to make sure you very much take care of that. Another tip is keep your head in motion. When you're singing and you do this, there's less likelihood that you're going to have tension because it's in motion. Maybe do some exercises while you're doing this. Play around with all this and find the best place for your head to be when you're singing those high notes, and then stay in that position to perform them. What if you can't sing those high notes? You're like, I can't sing as high as you. Well, yeah, your voice box is made different. Your whole mechanisms are made differently than mine. There's also some psychological tips that you can do. Like if I put my hands here and sing above them, Papa, yeah, 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 I feel as if I could sing more free. And why is that? Because I'm psychologically doing all the things here that I need to do by singing up here. When somebody says, sing it through your head, or some stupid analogy, what are you actually doing here? That's what you really need to lock in and be able to memorize that so you can repeat it. And if those psychological tips help you from singing above your hands or putting your pencil in your mouth, there's all these great tips to be able to get more resonance. Sure, but what are you really doing? Sometimes you're trying to fix the symptom, not the cause. And the cause is the most important. And if you could do something by using a stupid psychological tip, then do it. Use it all the time. Don't rely on it forever. Make sure that you can figure out what to do after that. Even subscribing to my channel because you want to learn how to sing higher, or another vocal coach that you like, do it because every little bit helps. Here's what I do in order to test whether or not I can sing high in the first place. Test it out. If I do this next exercise, then I can figure out whether it's meant for me. High. Why? Ah. And if I'm doing that, I can know if I can sing that high note. In the notes here, I'm playing around with my larynx position here. Super high for me. I tend not to want to sing there ever. Why? I want to be able to sing a song 100% all the time, so I always write my songs or sing my songs in the keys where I know I can maximize even on my sickest day. I bring a pitch down to be able to get my wheelhouse. At the end of the day, bringing down the key doesn't matter. You don't have to sing in the key of another artist. My overdrive happens differently than your overdrive on your vocal cords. I'm driving a different vehicle than you. It really upsets me when people tell others that, hey, you need to be able to learn how to sing better by singing higher. Higher is not better. Being able to connect with an audience member and make them feel what you feel, that's better. Make sure that you're taking care of your vehicle and driving with your vehicle differently. If you're driving a Ferrari manually and go to a Porsche that's automatic and then go to an electric car, you have to drive them all differently. So your voice should be sung differently if you have a different car than I do. You drive your vehicle better. Don't sing in the keys of other artists if they drive a different car than you. Forget their car. You have your car. Your car is amazing. Driving your car. I can't stress that enough. You have to do that. That's their vehicle. You get the point. Sometimes mimic another artist and they have something successful and you can sing with them and you do it really well. Find out what's happening here. Also, your air intake really matters. If I'm taking a big air gulp, you need to not have that. So make sure that it's as silent as possible. Also setting up the emotion. If you're about to be angry or singing high because of that reason, then make sure the air intake is appropriate as if you're about to yell at somebody. Don't push on these vocal cords as much as possible. If you're about to be excited, take the air intake as if you're about to be excitedly yelling at something. Yeah! Yay! Match the airflow. The way that you would say it or excitedly yell it sometimes is more free than you think. Perform the breath. Also, intake the appropriate amount of air. You want to make sure that it's not too much because the more you intake, the more that's going to want to escape. Kind of like a balloon that's blown up too much. It's physics. When you're singing up there, you're actually using a very efficient amount of air, so you'd be surprised how much air you actually don't need. Play around with your warm-up. Try some vocal fry up there. Also talk about what your mix is up there. Is it full chest voice? Can it be falsetto? Notice that sometimes you can sing better here in this range, but you skip here, but you sing better up here. That happens all the time too. Play with your voice all the time. If you're hungry for more to be able to help you sing higher, take a look at this video right here by Brett Manning. Feel free to post anything in the comments that's going to help other people sing high. Link to your video or another vocal coaches. We want people to sing high. I'm Johnny May. Have a great day. Find a way to sing.